So our speaker today, and am I right in saying Thea, is Thea Ryan. I'm going to give you the long name, but I think all of us know it by OLLI, or OLLI. What's OLLI? Is not the Swedish pronunciation, OLLI? No, okay. OLLI. The Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, OLLI. OLLI at USD provides college-like courses for people ages 50 and older across South Dakota. I did a quick review. I snooped you a little bit yesterday. And after a quick review, it is very obvious that Thea has dedicated much of her career to education of others in a variety of ways, and most recently being the director of OLLI here at USD. So please join me in welcoming her.
Thank you. All right. And thank you, Tim, for inviting me, and sorry that I took your place. All right, I am Thea Ryan from the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at the University of South Dakota. Yay! We offer in-person classes and Zoom classes now, thank you to the pandemic that's happening all around us. We offer both types of classes, so we have people from all over that are joining us for the first time. It's been really exciting. I'm gonna give you just a little bit of history. When was the last time that you learned something so interesting you couldn't wait to tell your friends about it? Now, I know that you guys are a pretty educational community down here, so this may have been today, but for a lot of people, you know, we miss going back to college. We miss that. It's been a long time, but in the fall, I still feel this urge to pack up my car with all my belongings and go somewhere and learn. And I get to do that now as a job. It's so much fun. OLLI started in South Dakota in 2007 when the Osher Foundation gave $100,000 to start the program. We had to get to 500 members, and people before me did that. It was amazing. And in 2010, we received $1 million endowment. That endowment sits here at the University of South Dakota Foundation. So we're all in USD. We are learning for the love of it. There's no grades and no tests, just fun. So we have short-term classes and single lectures. It's aimed at learners 50 and up, or those who can attend during the day. So you don't have to be 50 years old to attend our classes, but know that our classes are aimed at people and they're designed around people who are 50 and up, and they're during the day, so it's hard to do that if you have a day job. So our faculty is comprised of university and emeritus faculty, educators and communities across the state, community experts, business leaders, OLLI members, and maybe you. I actually think I talked to someone right down here today about doing a little class for us. If you join, you can take as many classes as you want to take for a semester. You can join for a semester or join for a year. You can take as many classes within that as you want. We offer about 150 different classes each semester. We have Zoom for the convenience of home. If you feel like you don't want to get out of your pajamas that day, you can stay at home and tune in that way. We do have lunches and socials when it's safe to do that. We have recordings of past classes now, thanks again to Zoom. And we have in-person chances to meet our speakers. The greatest part is that, as you already know, curiosity never ends. So this is my favorite part. Oh, it's time right now. Our catalog just came out. I brought some copies of the catalog with me. They're sitting on the table. Be sure you pick one up if you're interested. I'm going to tell you about some of the things we have coming up this spring. Semester starts March, April, and May of this year. Our registration day begins on February 16th, which is next week. You don't have to register on that day, but that's the day that registration opens. So we will be having both in-person and online and hybrid classes here in Vermillion. We've got a great bunch of classes here. So some of the ones, these are statewide, so you'll see some that are specifically Vermillion and some that are available on other, by other means, by driving to Sioux Falls or Brookings or by just coming on to Zoom. So we have someone from Poet coming to talk about biofuels and how they're changing the world. We have climate change and impending water deficit. Cybersecurity, that is always a big issue, and people love hearing about that in ways that they can stay safe with their computers at home. When we poll our OLLI members, we usually ask them, what are your favorite subject areas? Never fails, history comes out on top. People love history, they love current events. They want to talk about what's happening in the world right now, and your member here, Tim, helps us with that quite a bit. And he's actually one of our big stars. And our members always joke that he could talk about dirt and they would come to his class, so. Dirt class. Next semester, topic dirt. This is really exciting because of COVID, it opened up the chance for OLLIs all across the nation to talk to each other and share speakers who could do talks for us on Zoom. And we had the opportunity to engage these two ladies. This is going to be an amazing class. So the woman on the right, she did a DNA test through Ancestry or 23andMe, and she found out that she has a cousin, the woman on the left. Yep. So they're different races. One is black and one is white. And that happens. We probably all have that in our family somewhere. But here's what came out of their discovery. They came to find out that the white woman's family owned the black woman's family. How do you deal with that? How do you talk to each other? How do you become friends? How do you find forgiveness? And all of the things that go behind that when you find out your cousins and someone owned your own family. Fascinating, that's coming up. Also, just in case you have Netflix, there's a show on right now called Stories of a Generation with Pope Francis. They are featured in episode 2 of that. So I skipped ahead and went to their episode, and it was really good. And they talk about some of the other things that those two amazing women have done also. We are going to be covering refugees and environmental law. Also from here in Vermillion, how that TV group, The Monkees, became a real live band. You have some great music people down here, and they are going to be teaching us all about the Monkees. I can't wait for that one. In literature and writing, we have quite a few book discussions coming up. If you like to read, this is the place to hang out. This one is happening up in Brookings, is My Dear Hamilton, of course, about our dear Hamilton. Chronic Poetry is USD people who are helping put this on. And we are going to be doing a book discussion from Quiet Strength, a memoir by Tony, and I always say this wrong, Dungy, thank you, I'm so sorry. And they have been preparing for that one for quite a while, so I think that's going to be an excellent topic as well. We also cover the arts. One of our OLLI people is a composer and a pianist, and they are going to do an actual concert that's a celebration of composer Richard Rodgers. So there will be all those fun things from South Pacific and Carousel, all the Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals. They'll be talking about them and playing some of the songs from that show, from those shows. Down here in Vermillion, we have Carve a Swedish Butter Spreader. This is a fun class, and they give you all the materials. They're supplied with the class, and I didn't know there was a such thing as a Swedish butter spreader, so that's pretty exciting too. We also found out through this class, we were talking about Swedish things, and we are going to have a class next fall on something called Swedish death cleaning. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but it's kind of one of those new things. It's the new Marie Kondo type of cleaning that you can do, but Swedish death cleaning. I can't wait to learn about that. Also here in Vermillion, we're gonna be doing a container gardening class with one of your greenhouses. So if you like gardening, we're the place to be. We also cover health and well-being. One of the classes that we're offering is Parkinson's Disease 101. This affects my family. I have 2 members of my family that have Parkinson's. It's an important topic to me, as I'm sure it is to many of us, as we learn how Parkinson's disease affects them and the people around them and their future and their health care. We have 2 people who have Parkinson's who will be giving this talk. This is another fun one. The Science of Golf, Tips and Tricks for Consistent Ball Striking. That's going to be at one of the golfing centers. I can't remember if I believe it's in Sioux Falls. I can't remember the name of the place where they're going, but that'll be a really neat one. Also, we're going to be doing strength training for the aging athlete. We have a physiologist, I believe it's called, from SDSU, who's going to be talking to us about ways that you can keep your health, keep your core strength and your strength that you need. Especially if you had been an athlete and aren't now, how to stay on your feet, how to keep that activity going. OLLI members love to travel. We have all been stuck at home for way too long, and I was really excited to hear about your trips that you're going to be taking. I have a nephew who lives in Uganda, so I hope you have a great time there. People at OLLI love to go on trips. Sometimes we offer trips, and sometimes we have people who come and talk about their trips. So we would love to hear about your big worldwide swing after you complete that. But one of the ones that we are actually gonna be able to get out and do, we're going to do a couple colony tours. And Rolland is the colony tour we'll be going to this time. That is, I believe, just north of Brookings. And they will, gosh, I hope I'm remembering this right. I believe they're a manufacturing colony, steel manufacturing. So they'll be giving us a tour through their plants and through their homes, and we also get to eat while we're there. We are also going to tour the Kimball Tractor Museum. Have any of you been there? No, right? I mean, who goes to a tractor museum, right? I was like, I don't think I need to stop here. I don't know anything about tractors. I know green ones are John Deere and red ones are something else. Yeah. But I tell you what, I stopped here one day just because I just hadn't been there, and I had the best time. You go up to there's several buildings filled with tractors and farm equipment, but they have a person who takes you through, and they don't just tell you, this is a 1953 Alice Chalmers, blah, blah, blah. They tell you the story behind the tractor. This is the tractor that this guy's kid was riding on when he fell off and broke his arm, which he went to the hospital and had his arm fixed, and he grew up to be a doctor because he fell off this tractor. So this is a fascinating place to go. And they have this great little gift shop with just super kitschy, awesome, hand-carved wood things and tractors and toys. And it's probably, besides Freeman's Museum, it's probably one of my favorite museums in all of South Dakota now. I have to highly recommend it. We are also going to tour Millennium Recycling, which is another passion of mine. I'm very much into recycling and upcycling and circular business models and things like that. Millennium Recycling is located in Sioux Falls, and they recycle a lot more things than other recycling centers in South Dakota do. They are still taking glass, which is pretty unusual, and they will take us through. You have to wear closed-toe shoes, and you have to sign a waiver, so it's a little bit dangerous too. Gotta love that. But it will be really eye-opening, and we can think about new ways to recycle. We also have this other category that we call expanding your mind. I love this category. It's kind of the catch-all. It's where everything else fits. one of the ones that we're going to have in this category for spring is talking about race with young children. This is a presentation by some people out of Peer in the Department of Health. They're going to be doing this, and I'm really excited that that's a state office that's doing a program like that. Living with llamas, it sounds so crazy, but there is a woman who has some South Dakota connections. She doesn't live here right now. She's a motivational speaker, so you might see her on different circuits talking about what makes you a great person, like motivational speakers do. But she also raises llamas. And we have a cutout of a llama in our office. We call it the OLLI llama. And yeah, isn't that great? So many people ask us about llamas and alpacas and all different kinds of animals now because of that great big cutout, and we take it everywhere with us. I should have brought it today. What was I thinking? And so she's gonna talk to us about living life with llamas. So I hope it'll have lots of don't spit on people and other good topics like that. Another really cool one is the Spiritual Tapestry of South Dakota. This is going to be about all the different spiritualities that we have in our state. So it's going to cover everything from Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, we even have paganism. There's, I can't remember how many I just named there, but there's 6 sessions. And those will all be taking place at the Mount Zion Jewish Synagogue in Sioux Falls. So I think that'll be a fascinating one. I would love, oh, Native American, how could I forget that? Native American spirituality. So we also offer these classes called pop-ups. And this is something that when they, you know, sometimes a chance just comes along. Like I might get a call from one of you guys saying, hey, you know what, this author's gonna be in town. He would love to speak to OLLI. And I say, my catalog's already out, I don't know. But instead of saying no, we're saying yes. So we're offering pop-up classes whenever the time allows. If someone's coming through town or someone has a last minute idea or a hot topic, we are gonna jump on that. We're also gonna use it to have a little bit of fun. So some of our pop-up classes, like we do have one coming up, mood disorders, this March. But one of my favorite pop-up classes we did was actually right before the COVID lockdown. We called it Bloody Mary Todd Monday. It was on President's Day, and we went to a local bar and paid them $10, and they gave us a lesson in how to make Bloody Marys. And we talked about Mary Todd Lincoln because we didn't want her to feel left out on President's Day. She's kind of crabby, so Bloody Mary Todd Monday. We're not going to be able to do it again this year, but I promise as soon as we're all able to be out and about, we are going to bring that one back. So you can find us in several different ways. You can find us on our website, which is usd.edu/OLLI. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and pretty soon we're going to be adding TikTok too. I don't know if any of you use TikTok, but there are, yes, thank you. But there are people who do, and I'm trying to learn about it. I have a 26-year-old daughter who's living in Sioux Falls right now, and I've been having her teach me about it. It's, just in case you have someone teach you about it, there's a lot of rolling of eyes that goes along with it, and I can't believe you don't know this kind of talk, so. So TikTok, you can call us and you can email us. Does anybody have any questions? I would love to talk more about OLLI. I know I talk really fast. Yes?
I think it still exists, kind of a curriculum advisory
Yes.
committee here in Vermillion,
Yes.
which is open-ended, I believe. So anybody that's interested in being part of that committee to suggest programs that are locally based.
Absolutely. We would love to have you on the committee if you have great ideas. If you just are sitting here one day and think of one class, if you just call someone or email me or call someone on the committee that's here in Vermillion and tell them about it, they'll get that information to me as well. Our imaginations are all that limits us, really. Yeah. You had a question?
Isn't there a yearly membership
Right, thank you. You're right, I did not cover that. A semester of OLLI, which includes the 150 classes, is $100. We just reinstated our annual fee. We haven't done that since COVID because we just didn't know what we'd be able to do. But now annually, it's $180. So you can do it either way. There are a couple classes that have some extra fees involved in them. That would be something like if we have a class at a bar, you may be required to buy your own drinks, or the container gardening one, you do need to buy the plants that you use. But otherwise, everything else is covered within that OLLI membership fee. Any other questions? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, if any of you are interested in teaching the classes, I look around, I see a number of people who I think would do a class that would really appeal to OLLI members. And it's been, I've loved teaching at OLLI. I've made friends in Sioux Falls that I get in touch with now. I've had the opportunity to speak in Sioux Falls and Brookings and Chamberlain and here. And it's been a lot of fun. And so I'm probably going to approach a couple of you about offering a class in the future, because you don't have to grade papers, you don't have to write tests, they stay awake during the class, and they ask pertinent questions, and they don't ask, what's this on the syllabus?
Is that heaven?
Right, exactly.
Is that heaven right there?
Oh, yeah, it pretty much is. So, and it's great. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. And our members really are engaged. When Tim said that, they truly are engaged, and they will keep you for at least a half an hour asking questions, always. Any other questions I can answer for you? Thank you so much for letting me be here today. Please stop right here and pick up a catalog. We would love to have you be a part of OLLI in Vermillion and statewide. Thank you.